Jai Hind. Now in this series, I would like to enlighten you and tell you something about the myths in GTO's task. I will touch individual obstacle first, which most of the students have got certain myths about it, that they have to complete all 10 and possibly they must repeat it. Why they think so? Because it is marked 1, 2, 3, 4 and can carry on up to 10, totaling a marks of 55. And if you repeat, you get that many marks. Now the myth about this is, if they don't complete it, if they don't do it, they will get less marks or they will be rejected in the board. Gentlemen, let me tell you, this is not so at all. We are not expecting that all those guys, all those students who come to SSB and they undergo individual obstacles to know the technique of doing it. We don't expect it. However, certain other things are expected. What they are expected is, in manner that you plan it, the manner of planning that you tend to complete all that, then your effort to do it, then your quality not to give up and carry on with even the minor injuries that you get while doing an obstacle related to the ropes. Now, to give you an example, there have been cases when the individuals have done more than 10, they have repeated at least 5 more, making a total of 15 obstacles, but they have not been qualified. And there are cases where the individual has just done 2 of them and he stands qualified, which simply proves it that your planning is required to be done at that time. And when I say planning, it means these 10 obstacles, they are not laid down, they are not planted in a series. They can be haphazardly placed. That means the first obstacle that you come across may have 10 marks and the second obstacle in the line may be having only 1 mark. And the number 9 you may be having at the 4th or 5th place. So you don't have to start from 10 and cut to 9. No, not at all. Just continue to do either clockwise or anti-clockwise and go in the same sequence continuously without looking at the point that each obstacle has. Just do it. And in case you are unable to do any of the obstacle, please try it once more, showing that you are not giving it up. Second time also, if you are unable to do it, please leave it and move to the next. That is how you should go. Basic thing required besides all this is your physical stamina, which you should have built up before going to SSB. It requires some time, but it is possible. And stamina is one thing which will see you through in most of the obstacles on the very first day when you're doing the progressive group task, half group task, and next day when you come down to the final group task. You will be requiring the physical stamina which needs to be developed. And why only for this? You require physical stamina in every walk of your life. Whether it is your armed forces, whether it is otherwise, everywhere you require it. And why not build up? Lead a good, healthy life. And that is where your stamina will take your care. That is what is required. And second myth is that you come to command task, that I have to do it without any interruption, without taking any help from your subordinates. Yes, agreed. This is ideally should be done. That as a commander, you must brief your helpers as to what is the task about, how you propose to complete it. But in the process of completing, in the process of doing it, should you find a difficulty at some stage, just ask your subordinates. Gentlemen, this is supposed to be done in this way. However, some difficulty is coming. Do you have a better way? If he tells you, okay, fine, pick up his word and carry on. That means you are still a commander. While doing a discussion or doing a task, many a times, even the Prime Minister, you could say, or the top leaders, you could say, they consult their subordinates, they consult their team and then carry on. And your helpers are nothing but your team to complete the task which is there. So by asking one, you are not losing your any point. However, try and avoid it, which is in the rarest case you could do that. But don't think of that first. First try and do it yourself, and every one of us is capable of doing it, and so are you. Just plan it, think over a minute what the GTO has said, and think. Third thing, which as a general tip I will give you for every task, please pay attention to what the GTO is briefing you for each obstacle. When he is briefing you, please listen to him very attentively, and at the same time keep an eye for details. When I say keep an eye for the details, which means if you're looking at an object, if you're looking at a structure, if you're looking at an obstacle, there must be something wherein when he is briefing you as to how to get across. And that is what I say, eye for detail. You must see that. Eye for detail is very, very important. Then another myth is that in group discussion I should be the opener. Not at all required. But at whatever stage you speak, at whatever stage you come and enter the group discussion, please come out with logical points, with some weight in your points that you're giving. It should be logical, it should be put little forcefully, and then you should be able to convince your group that whatever you are saying is valid and it has more of meat, more of weightage in it as compared to any other. That is what is required. Your convincing power is required, your courage is required, your confidence is required. These are the main points which take you up, which take you through. Remember that.
आपने सेंचुरियन डिफेंस एकेडमी के यूट्यूब चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो अभी सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन दबाएं ताकि लेटेस्ट नोटिफिकेशंस आपके पास सबसे पहले पहुंचे।